Hello, my name is Andrea Boyd. I write Christian romance and women's fiction. I have a book coming out February the 14th, What Matters Most. It's book 3 in the Spencer family series. I'm going to read a scene. Just to set the scene up, the main male character, Micah, he's met the mother of the Spencers. She's invited him to Easter. So he's about to meet the main female character. Her name is Jolene. All right. Micah pushed the stiff legs of his black jeans down and then tried to smooth out the wrinkles brought on by all the sitting. He just drove from Tennessee to South Carolina. He tossed his jacket into the passenger seat and tucked the blue and white plaid shirt into his pants. He'd bought new clothes for him and Lala, hoping they wouldn't come off as the country bumpkins he knew them to be. Lala began kicking her short legs. "Daddy, I want out." "I'm coming, sugar." He unstrapped her from the car seat and grabbed a diaper, wipes, and the bottoms that matched her pink frilly dress from her bag. "Let's get you changed. Then we can go see Miss Leora." She repeated the name, garbled it so badly no one else would recognize it. She's 2 years old. After the quick change, he placed her on his hip and grabbed her diaper bag. His eyes zeroed in on the huge purplish-blue blossoms on the hydrangea bush in the back passenger side floorboard, and then glanced at the distance to the front door of the gray 2-story farmhouse. This should be interesting. After some creative maneuvering, he had Lala in the diaper bag in one arm and the other wrapped around the flower pot, praying the whole time that he wouldn't end up with dirt on his new shirt. Sweat beaded at the back of his neck. Wasn't March supposed to be cooler than this? "Cow." "Yes, honey, that's, His words died away when he looked to where Lala pointed. A llama? He'd never seen one close up before, and it was a little unnerving seeing one now. The llama pushed against the fence, his beady eyes following Micah's progress down the drive. What rabbit hole had he fallen into? As they got closer, the sight of kids playing at the side of the house had Lala bouncing in his arms and jabbering up a storm. He could hear adults laughing and talking. Should he walk around or go to the front door? Miss Leora might seem like family, but would he be a stranger to he would be a stranger to everyone else. Best use the front door. He used the edge of the pot to press against the doorbell and then boosted Lala up closer to his waist. Someone from the inside hollered out, "I've got it," and then the door flew open. One beauty of a woman with long, honey-brown hair stood there looking at him. His eyes locked with her hazel-brown ones and stayed there. All the moisture left his mouth and showed up in the palm of his hands. He hadn't been this tongue-tied around a female since junior high. Lala pointed at the woman. "Look, Daddy, it's the angel." He had heard her say it enough to understand the words, but thankfully Daddy was the only word clearly spoken in that sentence. A picture of an angel with golden hair helping 2 kids cross a bridge hung on their living room wall. It had belonged to his mother, and Lala had been fascinated by it for a while now. Laughter pealed from the lips of the golden beauty in front of him, and his gaze dropped down to her mouth. "Trust me, I'm no angel." So she had understood the child's babble. That didn't happen very often. Before any kind of response could form in his head, Lala reached for the woman and practically catapulted herself from his arms into hers. Without hesitation, the woman took her. She fluffed the pink ruffles on Lala's dress. "I like this dress. What's your name?" "Lala." "Lala." The woman looked at him. "Then you must be Micah. Come on in. Ma's been expecting you." She'd never admit such a thing, but she's been worrying worse than a hen over a brood of chickens about your drive from Tennessee. "Glad you made it. I'm Joe, by the way, Joe Spencer." His spirit dropped at hearing her name, but at least it loosened his lips. "Micah Abram. Pleased to meet you." Without realizing it, his thoughts had run toward the future. the minute he laid eyes on her. She was beautiful and he wasn't. But would she have gone out on a date with him once they got to know each other? A man could hope. The hope was short-lived, though. This was the daughter Miss Leora had constantly requested prayer for, the unsaved one. He would never hold that against her, but neither would he date a girl who didn't know the Lord as her Savior. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts. The book is currently on sale for, I think it was $2.99. I should know that, but I don't. But you can look it up. It's called What Matters Most. The price will go up on February the 14th, whenever on the release date. Thank you for listening.